Hi, everyone. I'm Jackson Kennedy, and this is tonight's sports. It's Friday, and even more importantly, it's the start of the second half of the season in Major League Baseball. We're coming up on the end of July, and that means pennant races are now in full bloom and official. The end of July also signifies the start of training camp for football. Already? Can you believe it? Seems like only yesterday the Philadelphia Eagles were bitch-slapping the Kansas City Chiefs to easily win Super Bowl 59, and now it's July already. So, yep, football training camp, baseball pennant races, we've got it all for you. So let's get to it. We're starting off where we always do, in the American League East. The Toronto Blue Jays are currently holding the top spot in the division, but it's precarious as one would expect when playing against the Yankees and Red Sox. The Jays had lost 3 of 4 going into the break, but the Bronx Bombers weren't exactly ripping it up themselves either. Toronto got back on track tonight, however, as Chris Bassett and company blanked the San Fran Giants 4-0. The Yankees are still looking for that same winning track, though, but they didn't find it in Atlanta. The Braves scored early and often on their way to a 7-3 smackdown. And Boston, they of the 10-game win streak, the one that put them back in the thick of things in the division, gone. Yep, winning streak gone. Over, thanks to the Chicago Cubs, who used a 3-run first to coast to a 4-1 victory. Speaking of Chicago, they and Milwaukee are going it pretty good in the NL Central. The Brewers, 9-1 in their last 10, enjoyed a 2-0 whitewashing of the Dodgers to stay just one game back of the division lead. You might want to keep your eyes out west on the struggling Dodgers, too. They're 2-8 in their last 10 and have San Diego 7-2 winners over the Nationals tonight, skulking around at 4.5 back. And in the East, the Mets and Phillies are also dance partners with a half game separating them. Both lost tonight. Philly going down to the Angels 6-5. The Mets getting doubled up by the Reds 8-4. Elsewhere, baseball's best team to date, the Detroit Tigers, lost their 5th in a row as Texas shut them out 2-0. But hey, at least they didn't give up 10 runs to the Rangers like they did in 2 of their previous 3 games against the Mariners. As for Seattle, they're still swinging the hot bats, taking down Houston, the team above them in the West, 6-1. They're 4 behind the Astros. And of course, the wild card is another animal. We haven't even gotten into those scenarios yet, so stay tuned. It's going to get really interesting and fun down the stretch. In other scores, Cleveland beat the A's 8-6. Tampa Bay crushed the Orioles 11-1. It was Miami 8, Kansas City 7 in 10 innings. The Rockies over the Twins 6-4. The D-backs stung the Cardinals 7-3, and the hapless White Sox embarrassed the hapless Pirates 10-1. Which brings us to our coveted all-star stud performance for today. We're heading to the Sunshine State for this one, to Miami, where Kyle Stowers had the type of game we all fantasized about having when we were playing wiffle ball in the sandlot back in the day. Stowers went 3 for 5, drove in 5, and smacked 2 homers, including a 2-run walk-off shot in the bottom of the 10th. You know, if you're hitting 2 dingers and have 5 ribbies on the night, you would be considered for our most prestigious honor anyway. But if one of those dingers was a 2-run shot to win the game, then there's no doubt that you'd be, as Kyle Stowers is for us, our ass of the night.